Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to my live broadcast today, the 29th day of June 2020. The continuation of creating of the awareness for Nigeria disintegration and the freedom of Biafra. You are watching my live broadcast today, live on YouTube, live on Facebook simultaneously. This evening, we continue from where we stopped yesterday, and you are welcome once more to this mind-blowing broadcast this evening. Go and invite all your friends from the Niger Delta, from the so-called Niger Delta, that they have refused to understand that the name implies curse. The name is abomination, abominable name. The name is an evil name, and the people out of ignorance do not understand that when a name is given to you and you accept the name without knowing the spiritual implication of that name, without knowing the spiritual implication of the name given to you, you will always be a failure. You will always be a failure. This what we are doing today is to make sure we liberate our brothers and sisters from the riverine area. From the riverine area of Biafra, you will be liberated. I am telling you today, if you are watching me and you have friends from the riverine area, you have relatives from the riverine area, and whether they have believed in Biafra or not, I want you to do me a favor by inviting them to this program. Invite them because it is going to get interesting this evening. This evening is going to be very interesting because I am going to focus especially the implication of Niger Delta as a name. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu reviewed the name of Niger Delta, the meaning of Niger Delta, the spiritual implication of accepting Niger Delta is one of the things I'm going to expose this evening. And for them, for those who are proud to be called Niger Delta because somebody say you are Niger Delta, just a few years ago, you accept to be Niger Delta, and few individuals are sitting on you, sitting on your future, sitting on everything that could make you a better human being. And because you don't know the spiritual implication of your name, of your region, and the only way you can change it is by embracing Biafra. That is the only way. You can't get it on your own. You need your Biafra brothers. You need to have a unity of purpose for you to be able to liberate yourself. And God is raising men and women to be part of those who will liberate you from the shackles of bondage of the caliphate. Today, as we are waiting for 1,000 viewers before we start so that a lot of people will not be late, you probably may have noticed that we don't longer play the music like we normally play. Probably must have noticed that we no longer play the music that uplifts your spirit before our broadcast. That is because The time is very, very essential. There is no time. There is no time because a lot are happening on daily basis, and we can't even, in fact, if I begin to do broadcast 5 times a day, I can't even do or expose half of what is happening in Nigeria on daily basis. When some people say, how can you be making broadcasts every day? How can you be making broadcasts every day? That is why he don't have anything to say. That is why sometimes he speak out of context. Because how can somebody be making broadcasts every day? And that person is actually shouting and supporting Biafra. It means that the person don't actually know what he or she is fighting for. The situation we are now require me, Simon Ekpa, to do 5 live broadcasts every day. At least 5. And somebody don't know what is going on. Somebody will say, oh, he is doing live broadcasts every day. And that is why he will come. He don't know what else to say. In Nigeria, the information that I have on my desk requires that I make live broadcasts 5 times every day. But there is no time. There is no time. So this daily broadcast, a lot of people don't get it. Nigeria is too big. The problem of Nigeria is numerous. The problem of Nigeria is too big that I can do 5 times live broadcast every day, and I have not even covered 1/4. 1/4 of what is going on in Nigeria. I'm telling you what is going on daily basis. So when you see somebody coming to say he is making broadcasts to every day, that is why he don't know what else to say. And it means the people don't, or anybody like that is saying that, don't even know what is Nigeria. Some people are living in denial. Some people don't deal with the reality. Some people, you are shouting for Biafra, you are supporting for Biafra, but actually, you don't actually know 1/4 of what is going on in Nigeria. And tell me, I will be making live broadcasts every day, and I will continue to talk and bring in a different story, different analysis, different issues. And believe me, there are thousands of issues I am yet to even touch. And like I said, if I really want to cover 1/4 of what is going on in Nigeria, it requires 5 times of live broadcast every day. 5 good times. And that is 1/4. So we need men. We need men that will be broadcasting and making the live videos and exposition like we are doing. We need thousands to be able to at least cover maybe half of what is going on in Nigeria. Because like I said, no matter what I'm going to do, no matter what I'm doing on daily basis, I can't cover, it requires 5 broadcasts, live broadcasts of 2 hours every day to be able to cover 1/4 of what is happening in Nigeria on daily basis. And these are the things that is needed to expose Nigeria to the international community. These are the things that is needed to liberate those whom their mind is already caged by voodoo, by manipulation, by harassment, by intimidation, and what have you. This evening, I can see, I want you to bring in your popcorn. Bring in your water, Coke, drink, whatever you want, because when you glue yourself on that seat, you can't go away. I am going to do something marvelous this evening. Once again, this is awareness for Biafra freedom, independence of Biafra. Biafra is exiting from Nigeria. We are opting out of Nigeria. Why are we opting out of Nigeria? We are opting out of Nigeria because Nigeria has become a major sponsor of terrorists. Nigeria is sponsoring terrorism. Nigeria is sponsoring 5 different terrorist groups. The government of Nigeria, through its agencies, through its military, police, and all parastatals, they are the ones sponsoring Boko Haram. They are the ones sponsoring Ansaru terrorist group. They are the ones sponsoring the ISIS West Africa. They sponsor Fulani herdsmen and they sponsor bandits. You may be wondering, why are the government of Nigeria sponsoring terrorist group? The government of Nigeria sponsoring terrorist group because the agenda of the people in the government is or are to take control of every land that is in Nigeria. The idea of the people in government today is to continue to carry out the legacy of Usman Don Fodio, a terrorist and a murderer, a mass murderer who came into Nigeria, conquered the north, conquered the Hausa people, converted them into Islam, and killed them, established emirate in the north. He left a legacy that the entire northern Muslims are emulating today. And that legacy is what the government of the day, they are following the footsteps of Usman Dan Fodio. So if you are wondering, why would the government support terrorists? Why would the government sponsor ethnic cleansing? Why would the government sponsor jihad? It is as simple as this. When the people of northern Nigeria, when the power was given to them, they told those leaders that you must conquer Nigeria, use it as your father estate. You use their political elites as the willing tool to continue to conquer Nigeria and turn Nigeria into Islamic State. Today, Nigeria is supposed to be a secular nation. We find ourselves being member of the IOC. We find ourselves having a state, 12 states of the northern Nigeria practicing Sharia law, different, totally different from the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Today, we found ourselves in a country where there are 2 different laws for the citizen of Nigeria. Those Muslims in the north enjoy a different law called Sharia law in the north, while the Nigeria in the south languish with the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria, which cannot be respected. Neither will they uphold this 1999 Constitution as amended, especially the politicians from the northern Nigeria. Today, the Constitution says that your security, the security of life and property of Nigeria should be the first priority of the government. As I'm talking to you today, government of the day, which is controlled and has been hijacked by the terrorists, are the one breaching this constitution, which says that the protection, the security of life and property of its citizen should be the primary responsibility of the government. Today, as I talk to you, Fulani herdsmen that has been internationally recognized as terrorist organization, Mayeti Allah, under which they operate, is the one giving security advice to the presidency. They have security meeting with the presidency, order for arrest of anybody who have a contrary view. For this reason, if you are supporting Nigeria, you are supporting evil. If you are supporting Nigeria, you are supporting the people that will kill you. On this note, I want to bring to you today the international news media, the exposition we are doing so far is beginning to yield result, positive result as that.
A new report out of the UK is sounding the alarm about the potential genocide of Christians in Nigeria. A coalition of British parliamentarians launched an extensive study into violence there and found that Islamist Fulani herdsmen killed more than 1,000 Christians last year and 6,000 since 2015. Well, joining us with more from Prague is Peter Yashik. Mr. Yashik served in Nigeria for the Voice of the Martyrs, and he spent 15 months in prison in Sudan for helping persecuted Christians in that country. He currently serves as VOM's global ambassador and is author of the new book, Imprisoned with ISIS, Faith in the Face of Evil. Peter, it's so good to see you again, my friend. So before we discuss your book, ISIS committed genocide against Christians in Syria and Iraq. Now it looks like we're getting very close to a similar situation in Nigeria. Now, for those who haven't been following this, who's attacking the Christians there and why?
You know, I have been in Nigeria probably more than 30 times in the last 15, 20 years, and I can say that the situation was really bad much earlier than it is now being recognized, but certainly Christians are being attacked by several groups. One of them is definitely Boko Haram, which considers to be some kind of like a branch of ISIS or sympathizing with ISIS. And certainly, you know, there are other Muslim extremist groups, definitely in the north, the Fulani herdsmen, you know, that are sometimes using different excuses why to attack Christians. And unfortunately, the secular media are quite often biased and trying to present this as a tribal conflict rather than religious. But I'm glad actually that this genocide or this killing of so many Christians is increase awareness of that actually even in Europe, and that is a good news in one sense.
Yeah, that was a significant report. Now, do you believe it's genocide, and if so, what should we do about it?
You know, I would say that there were many Christians being killed in a very brutal way. I'm not an expert, you know, what is, you know, called genocide, but they're just killing our brothers and sisters there. So, and in one sense, I would say maybe it has reached already with the large numbers, and especially, you know, in the coronavirus situation where Christians are in a situation where they are locked down in their houses and they're not even able to escape somehow. I would say that it is especially dangerous and especially cruel, and I would say that this is very close to what the secular media would call a genocide.
Now to your book, Peter. I can't imagine being in prison with ISIS, jihad.
Please do not worry about the OB of a guy. His account be blocked from this page. He cannot disrupt us. He cannot distract us anymore. And like I said, if Facebook remove you, because of course they are attacking the page, as you can see, if they remove you, just remember to log in back, close the account, close your Facebook and log in back again. Anytime you see that the video is frozen, just make sure you close your Facebook and then come back again, because they are attacking the page, but they can't stop us.
jihadists in Sudan, especially with them discovering that you're a Christian. Now, we've talked before, but what was the hardest part of your time in prison there?
Definitely the first 2 months when I was with the ISIS fighters, highly educated people from various countries who age-wise could be my own children. And of course, I think that was the place where I learned the hardest lesson, that the Lord's strength can be revealed in my weakness. Having lost 55 pounds within the first 3 months, and then within the first month losing nearly half of my blood, when I was extremely weak, but I could still, the Lord gave me in this weakness, a physical and emotional weakness, He gave me the strength to share the gospel with these enemies of the gospel. And I think this was a wonderful thing. The Lord Jesus said, but I said to you, love your enemies, Matthew 5:44, and pray for those who persecute you. I could even pray for those who were actually, beating me, slandering me, torturing me. I think that's the grace from the Lord that in this situation, and this is the situation of the Christians in Nigeria, they still are loving their persecutors, they're loving their enemies, and they're praying for them. That's something that is unique on Christianity. That's the only religion that is teaching its followers to love their enemies. And why can they endure that? Because they do not focus on this earthly life, and they focus on the eternal life. They can say together with Paul that this light momentary suffering is not worth comparing with the future glory that is expecting them.
And Peter, did you ever feel your life was in danger? And if so, how did you deal with that?
Absolutely. I was at first concerned about my mental health when I was being beaten by them, and I was not able to read the Bible. They were reading Quran. I was amidst of the enemies in a crowded cell. At that time, I was concerned about my mental health. And I was praying literally and asking the Lord to give me the strength and give me the protect my sound mind. But later on, when I was transferred to the next prison, where we were squeezed sometimes more than 50 people in one small room, about 25 square meters, very hot, and meager food. At that time, I was seriously doubting whether I would survive. But I trusted the Lord, and once He showed me what was the purpose for me to do, to share the gospel, and to see that the Holy Spirit was touching people's hearts, that was a life-changing moment for my situation in prison, and I started to cope with the situation in a much better way.
And finally, Peter, what's the takeaway from your book? What would you like people to leave with after reading it?
We serve a sovereign Lord, and who, allows us to go through persecution. By the way, persecution is an essential part of a Christian life. That's what Paul says in 2 Timothy 3:12, that everyone who wants to live a godly life in Christ Jesus will be persecuted. So I believe that it will prepare the Christianity and the believers for persecution, and that they will, see that the Lord is faithful to those who rely on Him in situations like that. But I also believe that it will help to spread the gospel, because I have already heard testimonies of people who were not committed believers. Maybe they were not even believers, but after having read my book, some of them decided to commit fully their lives to Jesus. And that's a wonderful, encouraging message for me as well.
And your pastor father would be proud of that, would he not? From Prague, Peter Yashik, author of the new book, In Prison with ISIS, Faith in the Face of Evil. Peter, where can people get a copy?
Amazon or Barnes & Noble, but they can also contact the persecution.com, VOM's, internet website, and they can get information there as well.
God bless you.
Now, you heard it. It is making headline in international news. I am going to start from beginning and play for a few seconds or minutes before I stop. I'm not going to play the whole video again. Now, listen as they mention Fulani herdsmen, the terrorist Fulani herdsmen.
A new report out of the UK is sounding the alarm about the potential genocide of Christians in Nigeria. A coalition of British parliamentarians launched an extensive study into violence there and found that Islamist Fulani herdsmen killed more than 1,000 Christians last year and 6,000 since 2015. Well, joining us with more from Prague is Peter Yashik. Mr. Yashik served in Nigeria for the Voice of the Martyrs, and he spent 15 months in prison in Sudan.
And he is from Czech Republic, from Prague. Now, this is, by the way, another thing is this. I want to share you something that will shock you this evening. You see, I want to show you something that will shock you. This is the city of Abuja. The city of Abuja. This is the city of Abuja versus the city of Abuja versus Niger Delta. City of Abuja versus Niger Delta. The so-called Niger Delta. You see, when you accept to be addressed as a Niger Delta, this is your fate. This is your fate. This is where you belong. They gave you an evil and cursed name, and you accept it. Here is Niger Delta, where the money is coming from to develop here. The money you get from here is what is being used to develop here. Are you following? Do you know why you are now a cost region and you accept to be called Niger Delta? Because you find yourself in Nigeria. So they milk you from here and they build it in Abuja. Are you seeing the difference? Are you seeing the difference? I'm going to show you another one. They milk you from here and they build here. You see that? This is street of Abuja. Abuja has no natural resources. Abuja has no mineral. Abuja has no natural resources. Abuja has no mineral, at least not that I know. But do you see the city? Do you see the city of Abuja? The Niger Delta, the coast region. If you say you are not coast by accepting that you are Niger Delta, and now we are shouting, you say we want to dominate you. You say we are not carrying you along. You say we must come to consult you. Now tell me, can you get anywhere in Niger that look like this? I am asking. Is there anywhere in Niger Delta that look like this? The only thing you have in Niger Delta is this. This is what you have. This is your Niger Delta. This is your Niger Delta. Tell me, is there anywhere in Abuja that look like this? Do you have anywhere in Abuja? Do you have anywhere in Abuja that look like this? If you have it, send me the picture. I want to show it to the world. Remember, Abuja has no single mineral. Not at least. I may be wrong, but not that I know. Now, here is Abuja. You see that? Here is Abuja. This is Abuja. If Facebook log you out, just go out and come back. Immediately if you just notice any shaking on the video, just go out, close your Facebook immediately and come back again. So I am asking you, this is Abuja versus Niger Delta. This is Niger Delta versus Abuja. You see why when they say you are cursed, you see when they say the Niger Delta is cursed, as the name Niger Delta means evil. It means backwardness. It means anything bad. It is omen. You know, I could say it is bad omen. You know, when you have omen and you have bad all together, it becomes more, it becomes double. That is double. Bad omen. You see? And you want us to come to consult you instead of you to rise up and shout more than us. Instead of rising up from your slumber from the riverine area. A lot of you are coming out now and we like it. This Biafra issue is not Igbo. It's not Igbo affair. It is not, you don't blame Igbos because Igbos are shouting and as if they are the only one with mouth to shout. Igbo people do not have the monopoly of shouting. We don't have the monopoly of shouting. Shouting, you can shout more than me. We want you to hijack in fact, we want you in the riverine area to hijack the Biafra struggle. Hijack it. Come out. Come out and shout. We want you to shout. You can't be hiding and waiting for somebody. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? This is you. This is your place. This is your place. This is your place. You see? Now this is Abuja. This is your place. This is Abuja. This is your place. This is Abuja. This is your place. This is Abuja. You see that? Abuja. Niger Delta. Abuja. Niger Delta. Abuja. Niger Delta. You see that? So tell me, why are you now so concerned? Why are you so worried that Igbos are shouting more than you? Why are you so worried that Igbo people, Igbo speaking part of Biafra, all of a sudden are shouting more than you? Whereas you are living in denial in your own land. The money that is coming from here, is used to develop here. With all this kind of cars, you see. You see that? Why are you living in denial? Why do you choose to live in denial? The money from here is used to develop here. Do you see that? Do you see the difference? Now tell me, is it a curse? Is it an abomination if this kind of environment is in Niger Delta? Is it abomination to see this kind of environment in Niger Delta? I am asking you, is it a sin if this kind of environment is seen in Niger Delta? Is it an abomination if Ohene Ekperemugo, if Ohene Jiro is riding this kind of car and you see this car in Niger Delta? Is it a sin? Is it a sin that everywhere or Ohene Mukpogo or Ogaga have this kind of car in Niger Delta? Is it a sin? Is it a sin for you to have this kind of machine here in your Niger Delta? Huh? Is it a sin that you have this hotel in Niger Delta and this kind of environment? Is it a sin if your road in Niger Delta look like this? So if it is not a sin, why are you living like this? Why? Why are you living like this? Why do you choose to live like this? Why? You see? That's why I say tag all of them. Tag all of them, because the idea, what we are doing is to see how we can open their brain so that they will begin to think like human beings. You see? Now, this is not enough. This is not the only thing I have come to do this evening. I want to show you something. I want to show you something. When we were talking about Burutai, people don't understand. Now, here is the newspaper of 1967. Here. Gowon said, if East tries to go, we'll create core state. Now I ask you, do you know the meaning of this core state? Do you know the meaning of core state? Do you know the meaning of core state? Gowon tells diplomats. This is April 25, 1967. Daily Times. Daily Times of April 25th, 1967. If East tries to go, we'll create core state. Did you see that? Core state. That core state now is what you are looking at here. That your core state is this. This is your core state from Gowon. You see? This is your core state they created. This is core state. You see that? This is your core state. This is your core state. This is your core state. Because Biafra tries to break out. You see? What is the meaning of this core state Gowon was talking about? What is the meaning of this core state and what was the idea behind this core state? Gowon. Now you see where your problem started. You see where this Niger Delta you are talking about now come from. Do you see how your Niger Delta come from? Do you see it? Your Niger Delta come from this idea. You see that? This is where your problem started from. You call yourself Niger Delta. You see that core state? And the reason for creating this core state is to render you incapacitated. The reason for creating core state was to render you incapacitated, and the result of that core state is what you are seeing today. Because they know that immediately they divide us. Immediately they divide us. The time will come when we will be battling to come together like we are doing it. They know that the 2020 will come when we will be battling to exit from Nigeria. And because of creating core states, your brother is now fighting you. Brother will rise against brother. Family will rise against family. And it is happening now between South-South and Southwest. They even went as far as creating South-South and Southwest using Obasanjo. You see, when we are talking, we will be going far to dig in where your problem started from. Do you know why? Can you see now the reason why everybody is shouting that you people must wake up? Have you seen the reason why Nnamdi Kanu is always angry? Have you seen the reason why we are shouting that you must wake up and come together and let us form and come back like we were before? Like we were before this core state. That is the point. We are telling you we must come back how we were before Gowon and his evil cabal created core state. And of course, you will never understand what this core state is all about until you see the problem you have today. This is the East. You see, if the East tries to go, we'll create core states. Today, you think the state they created, you think Niger Delta was created to help you. Foul. Foul. You think South-South was created to help you. Foul. Foul. You think rivers and all of them were created so that leadership will enter your community? The answer is no. It is no. The reason for core state and what have you is only to weaken your strength, to take your strength away, to take the strength in unity away from you. And they are using it today against you. You think you are independent, autonomy. You have your own states. East is now divided into Southeast and South-South. And you are making mouth. You will say, yes, we know it is federal government divided it. You will say, don't come and tell me anything, Eastern region. Eastern region is Eastern region. And you don't know the reason why they created you. You don't know the reason why they divided you. You think it is because so that you will get rich. You think because so that they will develop your land. Where is the development, my brother, my sister? Where? Is this the development? Is this the development? Is this the development? They divided you into pieces, and they will pick two persons, somebody like Edwin Clark, who have served 70 years. Served 70 years, but look at Edwin Clark, where he come from. This is where Edwin Clark come from. This is where Edwin Clark come from. This is where Edwin Clark come from. And he is bragging of serving Nigeria for 70 years. I don't know whether 70 years or so. He is bragging, writing letter to the president, reminding president that he has served this nation for 70 years. They are begging. They call themselves Pandef. You see? Now, it didn't end here. This is where Jonathan come from. This is where former President Jonathan come from. This is where former President Jonathan come from. This is where former President Jonathan come from. When he was the president of Nigeria, President Goodluck Jonathan, he stayed and spent all his time here. See nice cars, nice roads, machine everywhere in the Strait of Abuja, and he's still staying here. When Goodluck Jonathan was the president of Nigeria, he conducts meeting, they visit this Hilton. This is where they stay. Asaridu Kubo you see today, have once, twice, or so many times lodged in this hotel during Jonathan. They have all enjoyed the national cake. Asaridu Kubo have enjoyed the Nigerian national cake by spending time in this hotel. But this is where Asaridu Kubo come from. This is where Asaridu Kubo come from. This is where he come from. But during Jonathan, they all spend time in this hotel. Today, all of them are shouting they want a better country. Today, all of them are shouting they want Biafra. In fact, we accept them. Let them come and fight for Biafra. It doesn't matter the sin of the past. But how serious? How serious are they? How serious? How serious are they who are now shouting for Biafra? But they had the opportunity to make difference during Jonathan. Do you know why you don't blame them? You don't blame them because they were in Nigeria. You don't blame them because Fulani covered their face with money. When Asari was there in Jonathan government, Fulani covered their face with money. They are carrying money in money bags. They are carrying money in Ghana must go. They forget here. They forget here. They forget here. And across Ogoni land, they forgot that they were coming from south. Jonathan forgot he was coming from a place like this. You see? But guess what? You don't blame them. You don't blame them. We are not blaming them. We are blaming the system that handicapped them. They are using voodoo. They used voodoo against them. Whether you believe it or not, Aso Rock was tied with voodoo during the time of Jonathan. During the time of Jonathan, go and ask anybody that was in Aso Rock. Every morning, every evening, the Fulanis in Aso Rock, they came publicly to do incantation using calabash and calling Goodluck Jonathan's name. They tied him with Fulani voodoo. Coupled with the intimidation, harassment, and what have you, with terrorists. So he forgot that he came from this place. He forgot they succeeded manipulating him, and they stopped him from remembering that he came from this place. He forgot he came from here. He forgot he came from here. Today, the same people are shouting again that they want to go for 2023. The same people are shouting again they want to go for 2023. Forgetting that when they had it, they have tested it. You think that it is now that we allow you to develop your land? Impossible. You see, what we are saying is that it doesn't matter even if your father become president from Biafra land and they make him, if Nigeria continue to be a country, they make your father president today, and your father is from Igbo-speaking part of Biafra. Your father will do nothing. The system, the structure, and the evil coven in Aso Rock will never allow anybody to do anything. That is a fortunate truth. If you like, bring the best man from Yoruba land to be president. Obasanjo, after 8 years, Obasanjo have nothing to show for it. If you go to Lagos State, have you been to Lagos? Have you been to part of Lagos to see that Lagos State, you see, Lagos State, you see, there are places like this in Lagos State. In fact, let me show you. Because I want, as I'm doing, I will be showing you proof of everything. So you will understand. I want to show you Lagos State. I want to show you Lagos State. Let me show you Lagos. You see, this is Lagos State. Do you see that? All the picture you see here, this is Lagos State. That Lagos you are hearing, that Lagos that you think is in heaven, or Lagos, this is Lagos. Do I open the picture for you to see? Let me open this one. This is Lagos. Instant slum. You see? Where bread is more expensive than shelter. This is Punch report. This is 2016. You see? This is Lagos State. That Lagos you are hearing everywhere. This is Lagos State. You see? Now, so don't think that it is only in Niger Delta. The only difference here is that the money is coming from Niger Delta. This is Lagos State. Oh, this is Lagos. My brother, my sister, this is Lagos. Here. This is Lagos State. So don't think that when we are, this is Lagos State. You see this house here. People live here. People are living here. These are apartments of people. You see that? Now tell me, Obasanjo was president for 8 years. You see that? Obasanjo was president for 8 years. So like I said, if Facebook block you or remove you, just come back because I can see they're interrupting the program. You see that? Don't think that it is not that. Even if you bring anybody from Yoruba land, this place you see will never ever change. This is Lagos. This is Lagos. This is not outside Lagos. So this is not outside Lagos. So this is complete Lagos State. In the city, in the heart. This is the heart of Lagos here. You see that? Do you know how many people? An estimated 2,000 people enters Lagos every day. This is Lagos. People live here. You see? This is Lagos. This is apartment in Lagos. This is probably a church. On top of water. Do you see that? So don't think that, look at them. This is where people, human beings are living. In Lagos. You see why Nigeria can never work? You see why Nigeria can never work? This is Lagos State. This is Lagos State. Now tell me, what is different between this and this? This is Niger Delta and this is Lagos State. You see that? It is not only this, so let me show you another one. Let me show you another one, Lagos now. This is Lagos. Inside a Lagos, this is 2013. Look, this is Lagos. And this thing, as I'm showing you this thing now, it has not changed. It has not changed a bit. This is Lagos. So don't think that this is Lagos. So look at Lagos here. You see that? People live here. See somebody sleeping here. This is where somebody sleep. If they block you just from Facebook, just go and come back. You see, this is Lagos. See, human being. This is where this person sleep. And believe me, you see this man now, he will wake up now and you see him in the street and he will telling you, Nigeria this, Nigeria that. Look, he sleep inside net. So for to protect so that mosquito will not deal with him. You see, this is your Lagos. That Lagos you are hearing, this is live and direct. This place has never and will never change. It remain like this till tomorrow. You see, community in Lagos. So don't think that it is only Niger Delta. This is Lagos. This is Niger Delta. You see, there are many of them. This is Lagos. That's your Lagos you are hearing. This is Lagos. So tell me, nobody, why I'm showing you all this is that even if anybody, even if a Lagosian become a president, they will never allow him. They will never allow the person to fix this place. They can never fix it. But guess what? If they get to do the work, this whole place will be, they will convert it to something else. If Yoruba get to Duduwa Republic today, you see these places, it will become like Dubai. All these places you see will become like Dubai. You can just check about, you can imagine the beauty. Have you seen Lagos from sky? The beauty of Lagos. It will be like Dubai. But in Nigeria, it is not possible. Now, I want to leave this place. Now you know why they created, you know why they created and divided you in the south, in the southeast. You know why they have divided you? It was because of the Biafra. It is because of the Biafra that made Gowon and his cabals to divide you. They divide you into pieces. They even gave you name. South. They gave you Niger Delta. And today, if you talk, you say, I want to protect. In fact, I'm protecting my identity. What is your identity as a Niger Delta? What is your Niger Delta identity? A lot of you don't know the reason. I want to tell you the reason behind this, all this division and creation of South and South, whatever. Niger Delta. Is because of this. It's because they know that if they don't create it, we are going to win them. They know if they create core state, which gave birth to the South you have today, they know that by the time we will come together, we will be having the problem we are having now. That is the reason we are coming on land to shout about Niger Delta. They know that if they create this core state in 2020, you will be shouting, Igbos are not carrying you along. They know that when they create this core state in 1967, in 2020, you will be saying, Igbos are trying to dominate us. Igbos are trying to get our oil. Forgetting that Igbos was part of you before 1967. Forgetting that in 1954, you were part of the Igbo. Forgetting that in 1954, during the Eastern region, we generated the highest revenue in Nigeria. And that during 1954, you, the Niger Delta, were part of the Southeast. You forgot that. You forgot that there was a reason they created and divided the Southeast. You forgot that there were a reason for them to have what we call Niger Delta and South-South. You don't know, right? You think it is to expand the land. You think creating Niger Delta and the South-South was to expand the land? Hey, it is not to expand the land. The land can never expand. The land is the same thing as it were in 1954. It has not increased. The sea, it was still the same thing how it were in 1954. The land has not expanded. Now, they create you, they say you are South-South, they say you are Niger Delta. Now you see the root of that creation is coming from Gowon to continue to conquer and compel you to be under the stagnation of one Nigeria. That is the reason for creating you. This was the major reason for creating you. And they call you South-South. And today you are jumping. I'm a Niger Delta. I'm a Niger Delta. Where is your Niger Delta? Where was your Niger Delta in 1954? Where? Where was your Niger Delta when we generated about how many billion from palm produce and other agricultural produce? Where were your Niger Delta and South-South? They were nowhere to be found. And we did great together. We moved mountain during this old eastern region. Both economically, both in manpower, both everything. Love and acrimony. We did marvelous things together as brothers and sisters. Then Gowon came in 1967 and tell you, because we are pulling out, they are going to create core state, and they end up creating that core state, and that idea worked. They impacted you with false information, negative information about the Igbos. They brainwashed you, telling you all sorts of lies, just to make you to continue to believe in this core fake state they created, try to divide you from your brothers and sisters. And today, you that knows nothing about what happened, what transpired, and what was the agenda of creating South-South, not Niger Delta and what have you, you will come today to say, I want to defend my Niger Delta. I am a Niger Delta. I want to defend it. I want to defend it. You don't know the scam, the scheme behind creating South-South and Niger Delta. Don't you? Do you know? You don't know. You don't know why this man say, if East tries to go, we will create core state. You don't know. Today you will know it. Today you will know it. This was Gowon telling the diplomats. You see? Even here they say Awolo will quit talk committee. East set up appeal court. This was in 1967. Now you know why they created you. And they succeeded. They succeeded to deceive you. They brainwash your forefathers. They brainwash your forefathers. They told them, we are going to make you heaven on earth. We are going to turn Niger Delta into heaven on earth. We are going to build your ocean. You are going to live like you live in heaven. Just make sure you don't like the Igbos. Gowon told your forefathers this. Most of them are still alive today. They say, don't ever trust the Igbos. Just believe that we are one Nigeria. We are going to turn your Niger Delta. We are going to turn it like heaven. It is going to be a London. If you just agree that you are going to be one Nigeria and don't agree on Igbos, don't take anything Igbos are doing. They are going to kill you. They are going to marginalize you. Igbos will dominate you. And remember, we in Nigeria will offer you the best. Everything they promised you in Niger Delta. Today, this is the result. Everything they promised you in 1967, don't like Igbos, hate them, they don't like you, they want to dominate you, they are going to kill you. This is what they finally offered you. We have come again. We have come again like in 1967, telling you, do not follow Nigeria. Follow us. We have the light. We carry the light of God. Follow us. Follow us. We are your brothers and sisters. Do not follow Nigeria for the second time. The first time you followed Nigeria, this is what they offer you after 60 years. This is what Nigeria offered you after 60 years. They offered you this after 60 years. Now we want to offer you love. We want to offer you peace. We want to offer you all the good things of life by giving you and fighting for freedom of everybody. So that you will have the autonomy to control your land. So that you can turn this place into Dubai. So that you can turn this place into Dubai. So that you can change this place into Dubai. It is possible. But again, some men within you, like Edwin Clark. Edwin Clark is still writing to presidency that they have sidelined them, reminding the presidency that he have served them for 72 years. And after 72 years, there is nothing to show for it other than feeding his family, his extended family, and enriching himself. If I show you some of the places in Ogoni land, you will cry. You will cry. And these people will come out to say, we are the ones standing. I am speaking on behalf of Ogoni people. I am speaking on behalf of Ogoni people. Ogoni people must do this. They have to do this. They have been doing this for many years. Nothing, absolutely nothing to show for it. You see, we are not addressing issue of Biafra war. Somebody say he want to address the issue of Biafra war. We are not addressing the issue of Biafra war. We are addressing the issue of why there is Niger Delta today. We are addressing the issue of why there is something called South-South. We are addressing the issue of the core state that Gowon and Co. created because of the pulling out of the Southeast, of the East. That is what we are addressing. We want to tell the Riverine brother how you come about this riverine area. You have a Cross River, you have whatever, you have this there, and now you have the South-South. That is the reason behind the creation of Niger Delta and what have you. It is because the East, if the East tries to pull out, they are going to create core state. And that core state is what would have killed you today. But there is still hope. The only hope is the division of Nigeria, disintegration of Nigeria. Now I want you to listen to this.
Good evening, fellow Nigerians. Today is 22 of June 2020. I am Daskopa Idakbenimatis, 2011 year of the 66 of 8655. I'm from 88 Band, Sokoto, Nigerian Army. With me here is the tradition, custom, and techniques of the Nigerian Army. With this I'm holding, I want to let Nigeria know that I'm in line with the Army Constitution. I'm not breaking any protocols here. Because in this book, you can see 2005 edition. I want to read what loyalty states here. Loyalty is not only for your subordinate, not only for your junior in the military, not especially in the any constitution and any constitution. The nation, loyalty, the nation, the army, and the chain of command rely on the continuing allegiance, commitment, and support of all who serve. Listen, those who are placed in positions of authority must be loyal. Underline that word. Must be loyal to their subordinates, representing their interests, faithfully dealing with compliance thoroughly, and developing their abilities through progressive training. Listen, for their part, that is we, the subordinate, must be loyal to their leaders. I further state, their group and their duty. Such loyalty is expected, but, underline that word, but it must also be earned. You must earn it through commitment, self-sacrifice, courage, professionalism, decency, and integrity. You have to earn it. You have to show what will make you earn it. Why I must be loyal to you. Now, why I'm reading this is because of the commander I'm under, which is the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai. As I'm making this video, I want to let you know that I'm highly disappointed in your command. You should call yourself a coward, a traitor, and a betrayer to the Nigeria as a whole. I don't care what you do.
Now, this is coming from a serving military man in Nigeria, and we are calling on other military officers to be bold enough to follow suit. Make sure you make the video public like this. This man is from Middle Belt. I want you to listen to how he addressed himself as a Middle Beltan, not even Northern. But some people who call themselves a senior advocate of Nigeria, or a lawyer, they came to Channel Television. Oh, no, not lawyer, but somebody who is a House of Representative member from the Middle Belt. He came to Channel Television and was addressed as a Northerner. And he did not even correct the presenter. He allowed that to suck in. But look at this guy. He addressed himself not being a Northerner, but a Middle Belt. A Middle Beltan, and that's who he is. He is not a Northerner. But somebody who is who is in House of Representative in Nigeria was addressed as a Northerner from the Middle Belt. and he didn't even challenge it.
You may think you are God, you may try to kill me, you may try to do this, but I'm not in entire business with you because you are no more loyal. You cannot earn my loyalty with what you are doing. You cannot earn my loyalty. The CDS, Chief Defense, I am highly disappointed in you. I am highly disappointed in you in the sense that you are the Chief of Defense Staff. The Army, the Navy, the Air Force, they are under you. You are the pilot of this to bring out the structure of the military. You are failed. To the extent you are even collecting command from ECOWAS, all in the name of loyalty and cabals. I know after this video, you may come, you want to arrest me, you want to do this. Be know that I am guided by the Constitution. You cannot just come and arrest me. I will be ready to face court martial. And my court martial must be open to the whole Nigerians to know. I'm calling on all the independent lawyers to stand by me because this is a matter of urgency. People have died too much. You should be ashamed of yourself, you that call yourself Chief of Army Staff, Buratai, and the Chief of Air Staff, the Chief of the National Security Advisor, NSA. Retired General Mungunu, you are supposed to be ashamed of yourself. The Minister of Defense, you should also be ashamed of yourself because we are all from the North. It is the North they are suffering now. The North are dying for nothing. I am a middle belt, but I am a Nigerian and I am concerned Nigerians. I will not say because I am not from North, there is not my concern. No. People are trying to leave this country. People are frustrated in this country. No soldier will tell you, you want to die for this country. This country is not worth dying for. Lies.
You all know that this man has been arrested and we owe him that duty to call the attention of international community, call the attention of all human rights organizations to make sure that he is not killed. He must not be killed. He did this in good faith, and he also knew that they are going to come for him. And he also called on all human rights activists to make sure they come and defend him. He also knows exactly what he was doing. According to the Constitution, he did exactly what every brave soldier should have done. And for that reason, we owe him that duty to make sure nothing happens to him. We will call on all human rights activists, human rights lawyers, even though we know there is no rule of law in Nigeria. The international community attention will be called to make sure he is not killed. And we are looking at other soldiers to do exactly the same as soon as possible. When a lot of you serving comes out to do this, it strengthens the system, or the agitation is strengthening those calling for revolution, is strengthening those calling for restructuring, for those who still calling for restructuring, is strengthening them, strengthening everything that is going on, including those calling for division and disintegration of Nigeria. And it goes as far as strengthening the fight against terrorism. So, most of you who find yourself in Nigeria military and you know exactly that this man was right in what he did. We are calling on you all to start coming out. The time is now. The time is now. The government, Burutai or whoever, can no longer earn your respect, your loyalty. He can't continue to earn your loyalty. He has betrayed you. Your colleague has been killed. Your colleague has been ambushed. They are working hand in hand with Boko Haram terrorist group. And our calling is, if you cannot resign like we have been calling you before, especially when they send you to the northeast, it is time you come out and do like this man. Now I want you to watch till the end.
Country is worth dying for if you know the potentials we are carrying. Nigeria, this 2020, you are hearing Vision 2020 is all saying, is all about Nigeria. Vision 2020 is telling the world that Nigeria is supposed to be the most richest country in the world. America, they know. They use their octopus to find out, which is their oracle, and they now encourage you to be Christian. Say they are serving a word. Most of the white, they don't even go to church. They have their own deities that they are worshiping, which is stole from we the Africans. People should be wise, value your own. That is our problem of Nigeria. That is just our problem. We cannot continue to keep quiet while people are dying. You people are from the north. The president appointed you so as you can end this war. I know this battle has been hijacked by the cabals. But who are these cabals? Are they God? Are they not human beings? Both retired and 7 generals. People need to be ashamed of yourself, because why? You have failed in delivering as a general. You have failed in delivering as a uniform man. This uniform we are wearing, we are supposed to die for it, because it carries the whole color of the nation. Do you people just believe that all this design are just for nothing? This thing is telling you, look at all the whole map of the country is on your shoulder. You have to protect it with your life, guide it with your life. Then why are you afraid? Why did you join the army if you are afraid to die? Why did you join the army? You just joined to enjoy, to be entering you people are always against other rank enjoying. We don't have problem with us. We are ready to serve this country. Then give us what we want. You people lock up innocent soldiers. They are suffering for long now. Nobody care about them. Because why? They ask for weapon. Okay, you give me weapon, no bullets. I'll be full of money. My is do work stick. I have a problem now. And I love the forgotten. They tell that Ghana is suffer for Abuja for years. Nobody to talk. Only Falana, the senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, is the only man that stand. If only trying. I don't know whether other lawyers are still trying for army, for these innocent people. But he is the only man I follow his page and see that he is ready, willing to fight, to die for these soldiers, because he knows our words. He knows what we are doing. Is committed. I'm calling on all the independent lawyers in the whole Nigeria to stand for me, because I'm going to sue the military. I'm suing the army to court. I will sue army to the International Criminal Court. I will sue President Buhari to International Criminal Court. I'm making this official because I'm going to do it paperly. But if I do it paperly without doing official first, something may happen. They may try to silence me, because why? They don't want me to come out with the truth. This country has suffered too much that we don't just have to keep quiet and watch anymore. I am a citizen of this country. I laugh when I hear people say, you know, even some of my friends, they try it for me. They feel pity for me. They say, they can contribute money for me so that they will fly me out of the country. But I look at them and say, I laugh at these people. You want to fly somebody that's supposed to save your life. Suppose they're supposed to stand for this country to save your life. You are flying to go and enjoy his life in another man's country, while his country is wallowing in pain and agony. Two, they are concerned because they see the way our colleagues are dying every day. A soldier will die. Now, to collect for his family, to wife to collect benefits, the army, is either the clerk or whatever, will want to sleep with the wife first before they will give you the benefit. Some clerks are good. Yes, I will not say all, but they know themselves. We are painting army black in too many of this our selfish color. We need to restructure this army. If given my life, we restructure this army. Because if this army is restructured, Nigeria will be peaceful. Because why? No politician can manipulate the military, just as they are doing now. The cabals have hijacked everything. The cabals are the one controlling the whole thing. The presidency is just there for name. It's just there for name. That is why I'm going to sue him. That is why I'm going to sue him to the International Criminal Court. Because why? I want the whole world to know. I'm a citizen of Nigeria. I have every right to do so. Most people are afraid because why? They believe they don't know the word. You don't know your right. You are a blind man. I know there are many for me to even know, but the one that little I know, I will use it against them. So you that call yourself a lawyer, a trained lawyer, independently, stand for me. Let me save this country. Don't let my death be in vain. Even though I will die, my family may be shocked seeing this video, but they should know that I am doing this to protect them. I am doing this for my children's children. I am doing this for my later generation coming. We cannot sit down and watch this. The army need to be structured. EFCC. I pity you. Time will come that Nigeria will nearly stone you to death. You, the boss, you know yourself, EFCC. You are oppressing the juniors. Why the people that are receiving money to go and develop another man country, you refuse to arrest them? You are oppressing people that will take the money from the abroad to come and develop the country. Those are people that is your problem. That is to say, you are a witch. You know yourself.
And we need more soldiers like these to be very, very brave and speak up for your people, because that's your duty as a military member to serve. That is your duty, to protect and serve the general population of your country. And that is what this young man did. So we pray and hope that everybody would listen to him and he should be hailed as a hero. And more people should come out and speak like this in Africa. And Africa would be a great continent. Instead of our youth running away from Africa to go to Europe or America and all these other countries, they will stay in Africa and stay in their countries and develop these countries. But you, the leaders, have to make it possible for them to do it.
And that is why we call on everyone to hashtag Free Martins and let it go viral on social media. We need to give this guy the biggest publicity of the day. The biggest publicity need to be given to him. We need to invade Twitter. We need to invade all social media. The publicity must be given to him so that they will not kill him. Remember, if the voodoo work that we don't give publicity to this guy, to the arrest of this guy, he will be killed. He could be injected, and if there is nobody speaking for him, he could be injected and they can kill him. They have, like, when Dambazu, when Minister of Defense, Dambazu said they have killed this one and killed that one and killed this one, and they can kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and nothing will happen. You remember when he said it? So we don't want this guy to be killed. This is a brave soldier and we need somebody like him. And so all the human rights lawyers in Nigeria, Falana and all of you, please make sure you swing into action, and this guy must not be killed. Must not be killed by Nigeria. Must not be killed by the terrorist Nigeria government. Now, on this note, I will now open the telephone for calling in. Of course, there are a lot of things I wanted to show, but I think I have to keep it for my next broadcast. Like a lot of information, a lot of things already we can't finish, we can't just, in fact, the problem in Nigeria is so much that exposing them requires a lot of time. Like I have said, it requires that I make at least 5 brokers in a day, at least, to be able to, cover 1/4 of what is going on in Nigeria. And the time is, that is no time for that. There is no time for that. So on this note, I am opening the telephone line, and in few minutes, the telephone line will be on, and we will receive a couple of calls, and we will stop at exactly 2 hours of this broadcast. So, on that note, one moment. Those of you watching through the YouTube channel, one moment. Those of you watching through YouTube channel, the number will be available to you. The number will be available to you very soon. And number will be available to you very soon. And you can also call. Please, if you call in, you can let me know where you are calling through, whether you are calling through Facebook or you are calling through YouTube, so I can know. I need to know where, from which channel you're calling from. The number to call will be available on YouTube now in a matter of seconds. And one moment. This. Yes, the number is now available there. For those of you, the YouTube viewers, one moment. The number is available for your call, and Joycelyn Noah, can I please have the number? Joycelyn Noah, if you are available, can I have the number, please? Please, don't call yet. Don't call yet. Joycelyn, can I have the number, please? Please don't call yet. Don't call yet. I need to. Is Jocelyn sleeping? One moment. Good evening. Good evening. Your name and where you're calling from, please. Lost that caller. The attack on the page still continues. So if you are logged out, please make sure you go out and come back. Good evening. I lost that caller again. All right, so let's go there. Hello? Your name and where you calling from, please? Can you speak up?
Hello.
Hello, good evening. Your name and where you calling from, please?
Yeah, you're speaking to Samson Ezilo from Eziago, Enugu State, Nigeria, Biafra.
Mr. Samson from Eziago, welcome to the program.
Yeah, I'm calling from South Africa.
Mr. Samson from South Africa, welcome to the program.
Yeah, I'm so happy to get you today.
Go ahead, you have 1 minute. 1 minute.
Today, because, hey, I'm so happy for what you're doing to our people. For them to know what is going on is not easy.
Yes.
May God bless you and keep you till Biafra.
Amen.
So
Thank you
all
very
of
much.
us we enjoy.
Amen. Thank you very much.
And for fight, now Salah, if they want us to fight, we fight. God punish them.
We are ready to fight. We are ready.
We are ready. God punish them.
We are ready to fight.
They're not going to kill our people. They go free.
Yes.
We not agree. Me, I not go agree myself. Not be way. Me, I not go agree. Me number one. Count me number one. I beg you.
We are ready. I am going home immediately. Anything happens. So nobody. This time around.
This is not 1967. This
at
is
all.
2020.
At
God
all.
punish your Hausa people.
At
What
all.
will they suffer? You know what happen? God know.
Yes, we've made. Believe me, everybody should just make up. You have to make up your mind, and whatever, anyhow they bring it, we will give it to them. Anyhow they bring it, we will give it to them. We need to just create this awareness first and make sure everybody understand the impending danger. And anyhow they want it, we are going to give it to them. Hello. Hello, good evening. Good evening. Welcome to the program. Your name and where you calling from, please?
My name is Anthony. I'm calling from Italy.
Mr. Anthony, welcome to the program.
Yeah, Mr. Simon, please, I just want to recommend you and thank you for the good job you have been doing, because I have been watching for many times now.
Thank you very much.
And I want to quickly say something about the Niger Delta issue.
Yes.
Because the Niger Delta, as you may see, the problem is really critical. You understand? Because it's for the people to really know what is right for them to do and to see the good things about the region where they are. If you may look at since all these years that the regional.
We lost that caller. We lost that caller. We lost that caller. We lost that caller. Hello? Hello? Mr. Anthony, welcome to the program. Please, can you leave the place where you are calling me from, please?
I want to recommend you and thank you for the good job you have been doing, that I have been watching for.
Lost that caller again. A lot of calls coming in. Of course, from the beginning, it's always like this. The system is always jamming and all that. So, hello? 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 Good evening and welcome to the program. I can't hear you. Hello? Oh my goodness, I think this line is having some issues now. Good evening, your name and where you calling from, please?
Hello?
Hello, good evening, your name and where you calling from, please?
Yes, Simon, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
I am doing very fine. Who am I speaking with, please?
My name is Chinenye from London.
Our own Chinenye from London. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead. You have 1 minute.
All right. I just want to say thank you very much for your great job because when I was watching, somebody was saying, "Oh, why are you not talking about Biafra? Why are you talking about the northern the south?"
Yes.
To be honest, you are giving us an update because, to be honest, without you, we will not know what is happening in Nigeria. But I thank you so much. God will strengthen you.
Amen.
You and your family.
Amen.
You are doing a great job. Please keep it up. Don't listen sight of, because when something is coming up very close, you will have distraction, a lot of distraction. But with God, who strengthens you and Mazen Nandikano, we keep you alive. You,
Amen.
all of you that is agitating and updating us in everything, you all will be alive and enjoy Biafra in Jesus' mighty name.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my sister. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Good evening. My name is Sunday. I'm calling from Nigeria.
Sunday from Nigeria. Welcome to the program. You have 1 minute.
Yeah, I want to talk about those telling that are used to broadcast every day. But they didn't say what they are doing is very good to us.
Sorry? Can you leave from where you are watching me from, please? Don't listen to your own voice. Leave the place where you are watching me from and talk from the phone. So what did you say? I didn't get you.
Okay, I said that those that complain from the time you are for broadcasting, that's from the time you are starting. Those are there, I used to broadcast every day. They didn't know that what they are doing is very good to us. Because I used to lecture us every day to know what to know.
Yes, thank you. They don't know, of course. They don't know. We know those people, they can't distract us, so they cannot stop us from broadcasting every day. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah.
Hello? Hello, can you leave from where you're watching me from, please? Your name and where you're calling from?
Hello, is that from South Africa? The network kicked me out and it was very sad, bro.
Yes, welcome again. Welcome back again. Go ahead. You have 1 minute.
Yeah, bro. So that's some of my younger ones, so much a Nigerian soldier. I'm calling them day and night, try to update them, but they didn't want to listen. And it's so painful because that is the future of our life in that land. And none of them want to wake up.
No, they are waking up. You don't need to.
In my own home, I got my two younger brothers. One is in Medjugorje, the other one is in
Hello? Hello, your name and where you're calling from, please? We lost him. Good evening. Hello?
Hello. Am I on to Simon Ekpa?
You are on to Simon Ekpa. Your name and where you're calling from, please?
My name is Hill Eze. I'm calling from United Kingdom.
Mr. Eze from the United Kingdom, welcome to the program. You have 1 minute.
All right, Simon Ekpa, I just want to say thank you so much for the awareness.
Thank you.
You're doing a wonderful job. And I just want to say that what you guys are doing at the moment is the right thing to do at the moment. I could see from comments and what people are saying, they will just come up to talk about what you have said or you've said it wrong. They only see the wrong side, but they don't see the good side of what we are doing. And sometimes when you check the profile of the people, you find that they're not even supporting anything about Biafra.
Yes, some of them created the account just 2 months ago.
They are just distracting, what is the people are doing, and I think it's time to ignore those people and continue.
Exactly.
But the only time I go to their page, I tell them, You don't need to complain about anybody, whether the person is doing it wrong or the person is doing it right. Start your own. Yes. Do something and the people will follow you. Exactly. It's as simple as that. Forget about what other people are doing, whether they are doing it wrong. Then do it right. If you think that they are not doing it right, then do it the right way yourself so that other people will follow you. Forget about, stop complaining about anybody. And it's time for us to start taking record of anyone complaining about what other people are doing when they are not doing anything, because they are not with the struggle at all. They are just making noise on social media, and probably they want other people to see them because they know when they mention your name or Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, people will listen to them, and that is only thing they do on social media.
Yeah, we know them. We know them. We don't need to be giving that attention to them anymore, because if you watch out, they are increasing on daily basis with those fake accounts. Of course, that is what most of the what Nigeria. Most of them are not even receiving anything from anybody from Nigeria. Most of them are just doing it because they have their godfather or they have somebody who is a senator or who is planning to contest local government chairman. So they want to come and show loyalty by going to Facebook and attack people, and So we know those people, and it is just time. Time will tell where they belong to. So by the time the thing affect them, their family, they will come back to their senses.
You are very right, Simon. And I say thank you so much, and we will continue to support you, supporting Nnamdi, and every other person that is, fighting for this struggle. And make sure that they're doing it right. Another thing is that where I live in UK, I don't really have a IPOP, to join because I live in the village, if I may call it that way. So I don't know what to do, and I'm just finding a way to connect with other people as well.
All right. I didn't get you. What did you say?
I said that where I live, there is no IPOP. It's more like I live in the village, So I'm finding a way to get in touch with IPOP so that I can connect with other people and, so that I will be also contributing my own.
Yeah, that is, of course, you should have the inquiry line, right? Do you have it?
I will research for it online.
It is, but it is on my page. It is somewhere on my page there. I've posted it previously, and it's on my page. Yes, so you can go there and check the inquiry line, and you can hook up with. They can hook you up with those, the IPOB nearest to you.
No worries. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hello, your name and where you calling from, please? Lost that caller. Hello, your name and where you calling from, please?
Hello.
Can you go away from where you're watching me from?
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Am I talking to Simon Ekpa?
You are talking with Simon Ekpa, yes.
Okay, my name is Udin James Udafa. I'm from Akwa Ibom State. I'm calling from South Africa.
Oh, Udafa, welcome to the program.
Thank you. I really want to appreciate
you in your place now, the Fulani have the biggest armory in the whole of Biafra region. Do you know that?
I don't know. I'm not in Nigeria.
I am not in Nigeria either, but I know that.
I'm in South Africa, yeah.
All right. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I really want to appreciate you people, you and Nnamdi Kanu, for what you have been doing.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, 2015, once Buhari win election, I let my people know that Buhari come for something.
Yes.
I told my people, but I don't know exactly what he came for. Now I realize that what Buhari came, he came to legalize Fulani herdsmen to be killing our people.
Yes.
So now you people have enlightened a lot of people. I want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
All our governors from south, from whatever south, or whatever southeast. What are we going to do with those people?
What we are going to do with them is what we will discuss.
Governors.
Is what we are going to discuss in meetings and all that. For now, they know that they have failed, and we don't trust them anymore. And I believe they know that. So
yes,
until, but they still have the chance. They still have chance. You know, everybody.
I'll be listening to. I'll be seeing what is going on. Are they thinking that? I don't know. Sometimes I confuse. Are they just think that, okay, because their children are not in Nigeria, or they are not killing their people, or whatever? They are not killing my people, but I'm disturbing. They can't kill my people, but I'm disturbing. Or are they only there for their pocket or whatever?
Well, we will discuss what what we call the meeting of kinsmen. You know, they are our kinsmen. So the meeting concerning kinsmen, you don't discuss it in public. We discuss it at the meeting of kinsmen.
Okay. Okay. Because why I'm very, very angry. What people are doing, like special like you, I follow you whatever you're doing your program. I appreciate it. And the lapses we have, if our governors, all governors that we have in Southeast, if all of them get up today, we will get the hour today.
Believe me, we will get. That is right.
So let them get up. I want all the governors to get up. Those people, like as I'm talking to you, I feel like they are so good to us.
They are not like they are. They are saboteur for now.
We are very disappointed from them.
I believe that everybody.
I appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much. They still have that opportunity to change and repent, and they will be welcome and loved by all. But if they continue to do this, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the call.
More wisdom.
Amen. Thank you. Good evening. Your name and where you're calling from, please. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening. Your name and where you're calling from.
My name is China Goron. I'm calling from Gabon.
Mr. China Goron from Gabon, welcome to the program. Hello? We lost him. We lost China Goron from Gabon. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the program. Your name and where are you calling from, please?
Hello, my name is Chris.
Chris, where are you calling from?
Okay.
Can you leave the place where you are watching me from, please?
Hello?
Hello, can you leave the place where you are watching me from and talk to your phone?
Hello?
Now, of course, we have to bring this broadcast to an end because there is no time anymore for now. And we continue where we stop again. When you look at now, you find out that we are now fitting in the time, because of my work and all that. So we're fitting in the time. Usually I start very late, and then I finish like 2 a.m. this time. And in Biafra it's like 12 a.m. and all that. So we are shifting and amending our time to suit our own program as well. And because of the COVID-19, the situation is coming back to normal. Everybody is working and all that. So we are adjusting the time. So you will join me again tomorrow as this exposition continues on this channel. Thank you, those of you in YouTube. Thank you, those of you in Facebook. See you again tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Good night, and may God bless Biafra.